A subscriber recently asked me a very reasonable question. When an older skin is itchy, do we always need manufactured creams and ointments? Is there a more plant-based way to manage the itch? I think this question is worth taking seriously, especially for people who prefer to avoid animal-derived ingredients in skin products. When your skin is already itchy, thin, and reactive, you naturally want something that feels gentle, safe, and sensible. Before we talk about oatmeal, oils, creams, or ointments, we need to ask a more basic question. What is the moisturizer actually trying to do? In older skin, especially when there is no obvious eczema, psoriasis, infection, skin cancer, liver disease, kidney disease, or other serious skin problems, itch often comes from a quieter change. Here's what many people miss about older itchy skin. The skin becomes thinner. It holds less moisture. It produces less natural oil. The barrier becomes weaker and the nerve endings sit closer to the surface and become more easily irritated. So the itch is not just dryness, it is the barrier and the nerves behaving differently. And if the problem is barrier plus nerves, then the treatment has to match that problem. Most people think a moisturizer is just about adding moisture. But in older itchy skin, moisturizing has three jobs. First, it adds moisture and support the surface of the skin. Second, it slows the loss of moisture from the skin, that is the barrier. And third, if the right ingredients are there, it may also help calm the irritated skin and the nerves that are driving the itch. Once you understand those three jobs, the whole discussion becomes clearer. This is exactly why I prefer calmer, more balanced health discussions. Because once you understand the physiology, many of these debates become much clearer. You start asking a better question. Does it support the skin? Does it protect the barrier? And does it reduce irritation? So where do plant-based options fit into all this? Yes, they can help, but plant-based is not one single category. A calm oat-based cream, a sunflower oil, an aloe gel, and a heavily scented essential oil balm are very different things. They all come from the plant, but they do not behave the same way on the skin. Different plants behave differently on the skin. Some are gentle, some can be harsh or irritating. Plants contain active compounds. We call them phytochemicals or plant biochemicals. Some of these compounds may soothe the skin, some may irritate it. So the question is not simply, is, is it plant-based? The better question is, how does this particular plant ingredient behave on this particular skin? There's a reason oatmeal keeps reappearing in itchy skin discussions. Colloidal oatmeal is one of the more useful plant-based ingredients for itchy skin. It's not just folk wisdom. It is recognized as a skin protectant in the United States by the FDA and in Australia through the TGA context of skin protectant and soothing products. What makes oatmeal interesting is that it helps in more than one way. The natural compounds in oatmeal, including abinanthamide, can help calm inflammation. Oatmeal can also support skin barrier, and it seems to have a gentle soothing effect on the nerves that drive itch. So oatmeal is not only adding comfort, it is helping across the same three jobs we talked about: soothing, supporting, and calming the itch signal. That is why it sits in a slightly different category from many other plant-based options. Some people also use plant-based oils and botanical products. These may help dryness. Sunflower oil may suit some people. Coconut oil suits some people, although not everyone likes the smell or feel. Aloe vera can feel cooling. Oat oil may be another interesting option because it comes from the same family of soothing oat-based ingredients. But it is where we need to stay practical. Some plant products become very popular a decade or two ago because they sounded clean, simple, and natural. Tea tree oil, lavender oil, peppermint oil, citrus oils, strong botanical balms, and essential oils are examples. Some people tolerated these very well, but others find them too active or irritating. Concentrated plant compounds can irritate the skin. They can also cause allergic reactions, especially in already sensitive skin. So again, plant-based does not mean one thing. It depends on the plant, the concentration, the formulation, and your own skin. My advice is to try a few, find the ones that suit you, and find the ones that feel comfortable on your own skin. Everyone's skin is different and responds differently to different plants. There is another point worth saying gently. Some ingredients sound like chemicals, but they are actually biological molecules that healthy skin already makes. Ceramides are a good example. They are natural fats in skin barrier. Young healthy skin makes them. Aging skin makes less of them. So when a moisturizer contains ceramides, it is not trying to do something strange to the skin. The goal is to support something the skin naturally already uses. Yes, the ceramides in the cream are made in the factory, but the point is not the factory. The point is the molecule and what it does for the skin barrier. The same idea applies to other useful ingredients like glycerin or urea. They may sound technical, but they're used because they help the skin hold water and repair its surface environment. For people who are not limited to plant-based options, the usual mainstays are still very useful. Ointments and creams with dimethicone, petrolatum, ceramides, and other barrier ingredients remain important because they stay on the skin and slow moisture loss reliably. Lanolin and emu oil may also help some people if they are comfortable using animal-derived ingredients on their skin and their skin tolerates them. These options remain useful because they do the barrier job well. And for older itchy skin, the barrier job matters. In the end, the better question is, what protects the skin best and causes the least irritation for your skin? That is the practical center. If a plant-based option calms the skin, reduces itch, and does not irritate, that may be a good option for you. If a standard ointment or cream protects the barrier better and your skin tolerates it, that may also be the right answer. Your skin will tell you over time what it tolerates. So my advice is simple. Start gently, try a small area first, use it consistently, and watch what happens over days, not just minutes. If the skin feels calmer, less dry, less reactive, and the itch starts to settle, you're on the right track. There is no perfect product for everyone. There is only the right match between your skin and what you use. And once you understand what moisturizing is really trying to do, that choice becomes clearer. If you find value in calm, balanced discussions like this, especially in the social media world that is often swinging between fear, hype, and oversimplification, consider subscribing to support the channel. And if you found something that genuinely helps your own skin, itchy skin, especially plant-based, or other simple approaches, feel free to share it in the comments. Other viewers may find that experience helpful too.